What is going on, everybody? We are back on it. Attack on Titan Season 4, Part 2. Final season, final part, whatever you want to call it, this will be it. I don't have an exact episode count. I would suspect 8 or so, 8 to 10. I've already asked people in my Discord. Sure, you guys will leave it in the comments. I'll probably Google it after this, but if you know the episode count, let me know. And this will be the last thing that I watched that was my favorite, because Attack on Titan is my favorite anime. Of all time, it is 1 out of 1. So I want to say they would just have to massively go in crazy directions for me to end up hating this final season, or to think differently of it. The last time I said something like that, Game of Thrones happened. So it's not impossible for them to just completely take a hard right and this shit just fall apart. But I highly, highly doubt it. It's my favorite. I'm curious to see how it ends. We left off last season with Levi getting seriously injured from Zeke pulling the cord, exploding. Zeke, I don't know, programmed some Titan to come pick him up and restore him inside the body as they shovel off out there in the rain somewhere. Levi is extremely injured. He's not going to die. Levi could die. I wouldn't be shocked if Levi dies by the time this show ends. But I don't think he dies here. But those injuries do look pretty severe, and he's not going to heal crazily unless we have a decent amount of time skip. So those two storyline going on, and pretty much the entire rest of the storyline of all pretty much the main plot point characters are at the invasion again. Zeke has come over with Peak, fucking Mr. Gyardo, all them. I mean, they're counter-striking again. Same thing. We got to retake over Eren and his abilities and everything that he has going on. So we're getting Eren v. Rainer. Is this round 3 in their Titan forms? The first time, or this might be round 4. I can't remember if they had a fight before they got nosedive on by the Colossal and they actually scooped him up. They fought again when Rainer was just not even about it. So this might be the 3rd or 4th time. I'm curious to see kind of how this plays out here, as well as because Eren's in an interesting situation to where there's people on his side that want to work with him, but there's people on his side that also don't know what he's thinking. And I'm of the same thing of I don't know the direction Eren's going to go, because we know all the Titan holders are going to die unless Eren somehow becomes one with the coordinate, and it can extend his life to where he takes in all the Titan abilities and becomes the Kami. I have no idea how that would work, but Eren's getting close to the end of his term. So I don't think he ends this story. I would just hate that, because the way it's kind of setting up a little bit, it looks like, to me, even though Eren is over there beating the shit out of Armin and insulting Mikasa and doing all this and that, it looks like it's set up for Eren to double cross Zeke, as far as, because I don't know if Eren is really about this whole Titan euthanasian plan where they're going to use his ability to change the DNA so that no more Eldians are ever born. I don't know if Eren is actually really down with that. I feel like he's just using Zeke and whatever Zeke's got going on to get to whatever it is Eren truly wants. And they've done a good job of cutting us off as far as Eren having conversations within his head to see the direction he really wants to go, because Armin and Mikasa are well, if we could just talk to him, we could really figure out what he wants. But then, he's breaking out of jail and doing this and doing that, and so it really makes you think what does he really want? And we saw him in Zeke talking in the flashbacks of Aaron kind of agreeing and Zeke crying like that's it. I would hate to see Zeke get taken advantage of again because I feel like that's all he's been getting like his whole life, is just being used, used, used. And at the very end, he feels like he's reconciled with his brother and that he can do something for him, just so that Aaron can use him, dispose of him when he's done, and go along. So I hope that like if Aaron is double crossing Zeke to get to whatever his ambitions and goals are, that Zeke is prepared for that, and it's not something where like Zeke just gets backstabbed, killed, and his story just tragically ends like that, you know? So we will see a lot of moving parts. Again, it's my favorite anime. I'm curious to see how it ends. I've been told not to watch the opening, so we will not do that. And the way we've been doing the last couple like Demon Slayer episodes and Invincible, I'm gonna leave it bright as hell. I'm gonna put the Attack on Titan logo on top of it. Leave a little bit of the audio that you might be able to hear if you have headphones. And that's how we're gonna do it. Highlight reactions on YouTube, full-length reactions on Patreon. And I want to say that's about it. We pretty much set up the scene to where we're at. Everybody's pretty much come to fight Aaron again, back on Paradise. So let's see how it turns out. We are pressing play on the episode. We're probably gonna get a pop-up here, so hold on. Pressing play on the episode right now. Yeah, we did. All right, let's try that again. Pressing play right now. Here we go. The final season. Just don't fuck this up. Is that Levi, like, missing a hand and shit? Like, fingers were not attached to body. I was about to say, you better double check that. Don't believe what Hanji says. Hanji, move. He's not dead. It's so wild that he's like fully just ready to go. Holy shit, he really did go like into the coordinate. Seen anything like this before? I mean, he reached it. Yeah, I mean, like, he was there. And they have no idea what he's talking about. Here. Oh my god, the rock music is pretty intense there. Yeah, I knew there was no shot that, like, I gotta look over here. Oh, fuck, no, I have it on my monitor. I gotta look over here. I do believe that, maybe if I minimize it. Yeah, I'll minimize it so I can look at the screen. I knew that, Levi wasn't dead, but I do believe that, like, he has a path to play as far as, like, he could die, you know? I just didn't think it was going to be there off screen. But when Hanji said it, I was like, damn, wait a minute. Like, she knows a lot about, like, anatomy and the body, and what she's saying sounds kind of true. But then when Flock, like, hit her with that, like, let me check, and, like, we didn't see her turn around or be like, okay, go ahead, you knew what she was doing. And she jumped into the water to, like, but what's the plan here? Like, everything is happening so fast that, like, Levi is, like, fucked up. So yeah, she jumps in the water. I mean, clearly they're not going to both drown in there, but you would think that rushing tide, can she even get his body out without both them succumbing to drowning? I have no idea. But everything is everything's happening now. Levi needs, like, time and time and time to recover. So we'll see. All right. Episode 76, Conviction. Let's get it. Let's get it. Run. He's not gonna run. So you better support him, because he ain't running. She does make a good point, though. Just escape, regroup, find Zeke, get your fucking ammunition and shit ready, and look at these Thanos gauntlets he's got on right now. Fucking gun. Aaron has been pretty OP and hasn't lost a fight in God knows how when. I mean, we saw him. I mean, if he didn't get the backup on Marley, he was going to lose. But I kind of want to see him struggle, but like clearly he doesn't get eaten here. I think he's just better than Reiner. Like, he's just better. And now that I have the hardening to cancel out your armor, like, he's just better. You're no threat by yourself, he says. Okay, now I want to see Aaron go off. Now I want to see the man go off. Yeah. You think that's not a threat? Do you see that shit? Alright. Y'all come keep charging in there if you want. I was about to say, and these are people for us here? Oh my god. That fucking Titan cannon took his damn head off. Yelena, are y'all doing anything other than just watching? You know, that shit hurt, too. Y'all gotta do something about that. Aaron can handle the melee, hand-to-hand. Somebody's gotta do something about that damn gun. Holy shit. Yelena, y'all got a plan, or help? Help? I can't remember Aaron being, like, in this desperate of a situation. I feel like the last couple times we've seen Aaron fight, it's like, I feel bad for the other side. Like, when Aaron was fighting on... See how they keep showing us, like, Peek's inner thoughts? Reiner's inner thoughts? As they're losing, winning, winning, losing. They're not showing us what Aaron is thinking right now, at all. What do you got? Oh, he needs your help. He needs your help. He needs your help. He needs your help. Yeah. Aaron's losing and dying. They do have the armor titan, though. It could help. But what is a handful of them gonna do, though, you know? You would say that, but Mikasa and Armin might be able to do a little bit, but... He did come let y'all out. Do you want to go back in, or do you want to help? But they don't agree. They don't agree with the rumbling either. So it's like... Yeah, Mikasa, do you want to run out there charging and save him after he shitted on you, or what? Let's hear it. Yeah, of course you do. Yeah. She's like, I want to help him, but I don't think it's my own thoughts that want to help him. I do agree, though, that Aaron doesn't want it, but had to go along with it to achieve whatever his goal is. We just don't know what Aaron wants, though. But he can't do the rumbling without... Well, he could do it with Historia, no? He could only do the rumbling with Zeke or Historia. But I don't know if, like... Does he need a royal blood that's a Titan to do it? I don't know. Episode? Oh no, we're back, we're back, we're back, we're back. Are we gonna see Armin, like, pop up? Zeke start chucking shit over the... Wow, we end it just like that. There's one part I want to go back to. Yeah, we know he's not dead. She made the claim of what? What was her claims that she made? Yeah. He's dead. He got caught in a thunder spear explosion. He's in worse shape on the inside. It ripped his internal organs and tries to kill him. I'm with the dude, though. Like, I mean, they're not going to just kill Levi like this. But I'm of their thought process of like, oh, well, he's our biggest threat. Let's just double check and shoot him in the head. In any story, zombies, this, anime, war stories, what you have to double tap the head, and unless you do, that person will come back and probably kill you. So I was down for Flock. Flock's like, let me see. And they don't show Hanji turn around, acknowledge him. He asks her again. She doesn't budge. He goes for it again, and then it freezes. But what is it that he said? I want to go back to what he said. And he doesn't know what's happening because he's never in for is everything as far as like Titan knowledge. Like I feel like we really defer to Zeke for a lot of it, and Aaron too. Now that he's starting to have these like coordinate flashbacks, but he says a little girl I don't know kneaded soil and molded my body with it. Is she? Are we supposed to? Is she supposed to be like the one? Grant she patient zero, Ymir? He said it felt like it took years. And it felt like it lasted. Like, he's there, though. He's at the coordinate point. Interesting. So that was probably, as far as, like, story and all that craziness. Let me put this on a different screen. You know what we have to do is double check to make sure there's no post-credit, right? A post-credit. Oh, preview. No, we don't do previews. No, it doesn't look like there's a post-credit. That part with Zeke and whoever the girl is, I'm gonna chalk it up to Ymir. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. Was probably, as far as like the lore and the story and what is the coordinate, what does it mean to be there, and like all that. That was probably the most interesting part of the entire episode. The rest of it is just straight up warfare. I mean, it's a straight up massacre. Just like what happened in Marley, where it was such a surprise attack, and they just had an answer. Like when Aaron and them showed up, they just had an answer for everything on top of everything, and they didn't expect Aaron to keep spawning like that. They didn't expect to lose the Warhammer. They didn't expect the other Eldians to show up on warships with the Colossal. Like it was just, you're just completely overmatched, just crossing your fingers that you don't die. That's exactly what's happening here. I mean, they're there 500 deep. Titan gunships on top of Peak's back. Reiner and Galliard are in there throwing hands, trying to, just keep Aaron busy, as well as we've got like snipers taking out anybody that's coming to support him. But I don't know what the hell 5 to 6 people unlocked from the jail cell are going to come and do. Now we could flip it if Zeke shows up, if Armin nukes himself, and we just let more chaos break loose and let Mikasa start going, and Connie and Aaron can rejuvenate, maybe then. But I am under the impression, like, if this continues, Aaron does lose, or even if he doesn't lose, I could see him getting captured, put on one of the ships, and they fly off. Because maybe they get so injured that they're not in a position to consume him, but they are able to capture him. I could see that, but I think it's going to be more of somehow, whether it's Armin or it's Zeke, he does end up getting out of this, or maybe I'm underestimating Aaron completely. And he Hulk bust breaks out of this, takes out Reiner, takes out Galliard, starts running down and takes out Peak on the gun armored ship and just starts going crazy. That would be wild as hell to see. It is a possibility. But like I said at the beginning of the episode, and like Armin and Mikasa and the rest were kind of going back and forth with, we don't know what Aaron wants. And we still don't know. Armin's like, he had to go along with it because what were his choices? We can't defeat Marley if he didn't agree to it, but it's not what he truly wants. I agree with that as well. Aaron can't do what he wants to do unless he has some kind of, like, paradise is just not enough. He needs something over there. But I don't think he ever thought he would get that, but when he was approached with it, He figured like this is it. Whatever it takes to get them on my side, to have them help me to strike, I will do, up into the point of, having to actual do. So I think when the point comes to like initiate Operation Euthanization, he's gonna, go another direction, backstab, kind of do all those things. But like I've been saying, even here though, because they used to do it all the time, and I think they're doing it on purpose. They're making you want to say like, what does he want? What does he want? We don't even know. Anytime a Titan would fight, except for when we would kind of when we didn't know who was inside the Titan. But once we got, they would always flip inside when the person's in there hooked up and everything to show us what they're thinking, what their strategy is. They haven't shown much of Eren inside his Titan form in I think the entire season. We got a little bit of it last season when he was trying to figure out, okay, what is the Warhammer, and he would like see it sprout out, re-tighten again. We would see a little bit of that, but even here though, like he's backed up against it, he's pushed up against it. We see inside Peak, we see inside Reiner, we see inside Galliard, like, okay, we can do this, blah blah blah. He's taking cannon shots to the head, getting dotted up, all these things, and they never peek inside, and I think they do that on purpose. So that's pretty much where we're at with everything. Mikasa is just walking around depressed as hell. She doesn't know what is or what isn't her anymore. She's completely accepted it, but still wants to help him. Yelena's freaking out a little bit. And I don't know where the rest of like the Jaegerist squad is, but majority of them are with Zeke. And I don't know how far they are away, but are they hearing and seeing like these explosions and everything that's going on? And then we had Hange plunge herself into the rapid running river with a Levi who looks to have it one hand at least. He's not dead. Could he die? Yes. Is he dead right now? No, I would have to say not. I wouldn't be surprised. Unfortunately, I don't want it to happen, but I wouldn't be surprised if Zeke ends up dying to Levi. No matter like what he does, how much he tries to do, Levi made a promise that he was going to kill Zeke. And unfortunately, I don't want it to happen, but when push comes to shove and it is kind of like that final tension moment, I can see Levi killing Zeke and fulfilling that promise to Erwin, What has he gotten twice now to do it? 3 times, and has been unable to do it. So we'll see what plays. So I think that's all the story. Zeke's epiphany Corden interaction with the girl that we don't know yet who that is. Hange and Levi tumbling into the river, and then just a massive massacre of an attack that we have going on. Eren going fucking 1v600 over here, trying to battle it all out. Armin and everybody else getting released, going to have to make a decision. So we're waiting to see where Zeke's group ends up, what happens up with Armin's group. But besides that, everybody else is there. The only person we don't know is Hange and Levi. But we'll kind of leave it there, see what happens. Armin is still a strong believer in, Eren's going to do the right thing. I kind of lean that way as well. We'll see what happens. Let me know what you guys thought. I'm going to chop this up real quick, try to get it up Sunday night. Full-length reaction will be on Patreon. And we're back, boys and girls. We're back. Solid first episode. Loved it. I don't really have any issues with it. We got tons of action, a little bit of like lore building there, a little bit suspense and all that stuff. Can't really ask for more. Let me know how many episodes there are if you know. We'll go from there. I appreciate it. Like, share, favorite, subscribe. As always,